My child, stop, put it down, not because you are weak, but because I am protecting what you cannot yet see. This is not random. You did not stumble here by accident. I marked this exact minute, this exact reach of your hand, the pen uncapped, the cursor hovering over sign. I arranged this interruption to arrive between your name and a line that does not deserve it. Stay with me. Do not scroll. Do not rush. Give me these minutes before you give them your name. Breathe. Slow. Inhale deep and count it. Exhale longer than you inhaled. Unclench your jaw. Drop your shoulders. Uncurl your toes inside your shoes. Let your hands fall open. Step back from the table. Turn the screen face down. Put the pen where you cannot touch it without choosing to return. Feel the air move across your skin. Let your heart remember it is not chased. Peace is here now. I am here now. I see the page. I see the promises printed in confident ink. I see the clock they set above your head, the today only, the last chance, the act now voice that has been trying to govern your breath. I see the way your chest tightens when you picture saying no. I see how tired you are of fighting for a future that seems to move when you get close. I see the fear that if you pause, you will lose everything. Hear me. That whisper is not peace. That urgency is not care for you. It is pressure crafted to bypass your discernment. Not every signature is agreement. Some signatures are surrender. Ink can be a covenant, or it can be a cage. A name can be a key, or it can be a leash. What you think you're gaining may be the very thing that costs you, your sleep, your boundaries, your joy, your voice. I am not naming every detail yet because I need your spirit to quiet first. The pause is not delay, it is protection. This is the shield I slide between you and a quiet theft. Stay with me. Do not scroll. Do not apologize to anyone in your mind for taking these minutes. Give me these minutes before you give them your name. This moment is not random. I timed it so that calm would interrupt pressure, so that breath would interrupt the fear of missing out, so that you would remember whose you are before you sign away what I gave you. I am not here to take good from you. I am here to keep you from what imitates good while extracting your peace. When I am in it, there is room to ask, room to read, room to breathe. When I am in it, your body will not feel hunted. Put the pen down, let peace return. I am restoring your clarity in this pause. Obeys the stop, and you will see why. My child, listen. This moment is not random. You are not here by accident. I timed this pause to catch the breath that panic tried to steal. I arranged this exact stillness so you could hear the difference between a push that bullies and a pull that guides. Hear me clearly. Peace can move quickly, but it never bullies. Peace does not shove your shoulders or trap your throat. Peace does not set a countdown clock over your head and call it care. If it has to be forced, it is not peace. I know what you keep asking in private. Why do I feel sick about signing something that looks good on paper? I see the spreadsheets, the incentives, the promotional language polished to shine. I see the smile that says, "This is your big break," the voice that says, "Only today," the numbers that seem to add up as long as you don't ask the next question. And I see your body answering before your mouth can. I see your stomach tighten, your jaw clench, your breath shorten, your thoughts blur when the cursor hovers over accept. That is not weakness. That is not overthinking. That is sensitivity I gave you, an instrument calibrated to detect pressure that masquerades as opportunity. You call it hesitation. I call it discernment. You call it fear. I call it foresight. You call it second guessing. I call it second sight. Stay with me. Do not shame the alarm I placed within you because someone else calls it inconvenient. The alarm sounds loudest right before you finalize what you only partially understand. My stops often arrive in the last minute, not because I enjoy suspense, but because you were about to give your name to something that did not deserve your peace. Understand this difference. Urgency says today or else, and then threatens you with loss to make your hand shake. Timing says now, and then fills the room with clarity, with space to ask, with dignity for your no. Urgency corners, timing invites. Urgency weaponizes scarcity. Timing multiplies options. Urgency needs your panic to work. Timing welcomes your questions because it is not afraid of light. When I am in the timing, you will notice you can breathe and think at the same time. I am establishing a framework for you now. Clarity will come in layers. First, the stop, so you do not anchor your name to a storm. Then the exposure, so you can see the clauses, the costs, the quiet withdrawals hiding behind friendly words. Then the instruction. What to ask, how to counter, where to set your boundary, when to walk away. Then the safer path, the door that opens without pressure, the offer that stands upright even after you sleep on it. Do not despise the order. The stop is mercy. The exposure is protection. The instruction is empowerment. The safer path is peace. My beloved child, do not apologize for needing time to see clearly. If they cannot honor your pause, they do not intend to honor your person. Let that reveal what you needed to know. I am not late. I am precise. I have already prepared what will not demand your self-betrayal to move forward. Keep the pen down. Keep your peace up. If it has to be forced, it is not peace, and you are not for sale. Stay here with me while I make the next layer plain. My child, look at me. I see what hides behind the paper. I see the clause you skimmed. I see the deadline they used to corner you. I see the part they explained but never put in writing. I see the sentence that sounds generous until you read it slowly. I see the words industry standard used to hush your questions. I see the automatic renewal buried at the bottom in pale ink. I see the ownership language that reaches beyond the project and tries to claim your voice, your time, your likeness, your ideas. I see the quiet line that says you will ensure while they only endeavor. I see the penalties that arrive silently if you miss a window you didn't know existed. I see the "we'll fix it later" spoken to your face but absent on the page. Stay with me. This is exposure, not accusation. Hear me clearly now. What looks like an opportunity can be a disguised extractor of your peace. Not every open door leads to a room you can breathe in. Some doors are designed to harvest what is most precious: your attention, your margin, your rest, one small concession at a time until you are present but no longer yourself. I see the traps they dress in friendly words, vague promises measured by their metrics, not yours, shifting responsibilities that make you the safety net for their delays, silence around what happens when circumstances change, timelines that reset only for them, review periods that are actually price escalations, exclusivity that bars you from better options while they keep all of theirs intact. I see the collaborations that means you give more than you are paid for and then must ask permission to use what you created. I see the expectation meeting that subtly revises the deal after you sign and banks on your politeness to accept it. I see the manipulation patterns that wrap around your ribs and try to make your no feel like failure. Flattery that inflates you right up to the pen line. You're exactly what we've been waiting for. Scarcity that pins you to the clock. We have others ready to take this today. Guilt that weaponizes your kindness. We've invested so much time in you already. Fear of missing out that hijacks your imagination. This window will never open again. Fear of disappointing someone who smiled at you. Don't make me look bad with my team. Fear of starting over that chains you to a lesser future. You'll lose momentum if you walk away now. I see how those voices braid themselves with your hope and call it wisdom. They are not wisdom. They are pressure dressed as care. And I see the cost they do not list. I see the 3 a.m. arithmetic you do in the dark, subtracting sleep from tomorrow to make today's promise work. I see the knot at the base of your skull, the acid in your stomach, the breath that won't drop below your collarbone when you imagine saying yes. I see your future calendar colonized by obligations that do not feed you. I see your voice getting smaller in rooms where you were supposed to lead. I see your joy paying late fees for terms you didn't mean to accept. This is a contract with a hidden tax, collected in fragments of peace, charged as interest on your energy, drafted from your boundaries until you forget you had them. Hear me. The trap is not only financial, it is spiritual. It seeks to rename you from beloved and free to grateful and compliant. It tries to bind you to a story smaller than the one I wrote for you, to train your nervous system to confuse panic with purpose, to make you believe your worth is proven by how much pressure you can endure without breaking. It wants your agreement with a lesser identity so your future will orbit someone else's urgency instead of my timing. I am not exposing this to scare you. I am exposing it to spare you. Light is here. Pressure loses its power in the light. If an opportunity wilts under your questions, it was never yours. If a yes requires you to disappear to make it work, it is not my yes for you. Keep the pen down. Let the light do its work. I am not taking your future from you. I am rescuing your future for you. My child, listen to me in the hour where ceilings feel low and shadows grow long. I saw you at 3 a.m. I saw you reopen the email you promised yourself you would not read again tonight. I saw you scroll to the bottom, hover over the attachment, and then rehearse the conversation out loud in the dark, trying new scripts, softening your questions so you won't be called difficult, tightening your smile so your voice won't shake. I saw your stomach tighten as you imagined your name on the line. I saw your thumb tap the screen, then pause, then tap again, compulsively checking for reassurance that never arrived. I have warned you in this hour before, and I am warning you now again. The signal you keep feeling is not weakness. It is guidance. Pay attention to your body, the instrument I tuned to protect you. Notice the tight chest that starts when their number flashes on your phone. Notice the racing thoughts that run ahead of your words and leave your mouth dry. Notice the irritability that snaps at small things because a larger boundary is being crossed in silence. Notice the sudden fatigue that hits like a curtain in the middle of the day. The headache that blooms behind your eyes when you read the clause again. The shallow breathing that will not drop below your collarbone. The jaw you wake up clenching. The shoulders that inch toward your ears. The compulsive refreshing of your inbox to see if they finally answered a question they keep dodging. These are not random symptoms. This is your God-given alarm system sounding off because your soul has detected a threat to your peace. Hear me clearly. Anxiety is not always sin, and caution is not always unbelief. Do not shame the messenger I sent through your own nervous system. Sometimes the trembling is not because you lack faith. It is because pressure is trying to pass itself off as providence. Sometimes the uneasy is my hand on your shoulder saying, wait. You call it overthinking. I call it overhearing. You are overhearing what your spirit already knows. Look back and see the pattern I have been laying in front of you. Delays that made you breathe again when you thought time had run out. Missing documents that somehow never attached. Unclear answers that shifted when you tried to pin them down. Last-minute changes that appeared only when you asked for clarity. Accidental confusion that always tilted in their favor. Names spelled wrong, amounts that needed correction, versions that were accidentally old but conveniently more favorable to them. This is not chaos. This is a chorus of cautions. I have repeated the sign until you could no longer ignore it, because I love you too much to lose you to a rushed yes. But hear me. This warning is not meant to paralyze you. It is meant to reposition you. I am moving you from the corner to the head of your own table, from hunted to host, from appeasing to discerning. I am steadying your hand, not to make you freeze, but to make you choose from peace. When you honor the alarm, your mind clears. Questions rise with courage. Boundaries find their voice. And when you speak from this place, you will not apologize for protecting what I entrusted to you. Stay with me. A pause birthed by 3. Wisdom is not delay. It is deliverance into clear authority. Keep the pen down. Your discernment is not a defect. It is your defense, and it is working. My child, listen to me and listen carefully. There is a whisper at your ear that has learned your pressure points. It knows how to braid your hope with your fear and call it wisdom. It says, if you don't sign today, you'll lose everything. It hisses, they will move on without you. You will be exposed as difficult. You will be forgotten, replaced, rejected. It sprinkles shame like sand in your mouth and calls it urgency. It demands rushed loyalty, coerced gratitude, silence that protects their comfort more than your calling. Hear me now. That whisper is a lie. That is not my voice. My timing does not bully. My peace does not threaten. My direction does not need panic to persuade you. I see how it corners you with imagined futures, rooms where doors slam, friends turn cold, opportunities evaporate because you asked for a night to breathe. I see how it reheats old wounds, places where too much, too slow, too needy were used as weapons, and tries to make you bleed into this moment. But I speak with a different authority. What is truly yours will not require self-betrayal to obtain. What I have prepared for you will withstand a pause, a sleep, a set of honest questions asked in daylight. If a promise collapses because you honored your peace, it was not a promise. I will not let you mourn a counterfeit. Hear the line I am drawing. Not confusion, not coercion, not emotional blackmail, not the fear of being left. My path is clarity, dignity, consent, and steady breath. My yes brings room for your voice. My yes can be read slowly. My yes welcomes light. You fear missing out. I call that fear by its name and remove its mask. Missing what is not aligned is not loss, it is rescue. Passing by what drains you is not failure, it is favor. Delayed gratification is sometimes divine preservation, a shield over your future so that your joy is not mortgaged to an anxious moment. You call it losing momentum. I call it keeping your soul. You call it letting the chance go. I call it letting the trap pass. I am not postponing your life. I am protecting your life. I am not shrinking your future. I am pruning the counterfeits so the real fruit has room to grow. I know the whisper tries new costumes. Be a team player. Don't make waves. They already invested in you. Don't be ungrateful. It attempts to turn integrity into inconvenience and boundaries into betrayal. Hear me. Loyalty without clarity is not loyalty. It is leverage. Gratitude that costs you your voice is not gratitude. It is bondage. A deadline that demands you betray your peace is not a blessing. So here is what I am doing in you now. I am moving you from reaction to discerned action. The pause becomes strategy. Your breath becomes a boundary. Your questions become instruments of peace. You will say, without apology, I need time to review. You will ask, what happens if? You will request definitions, timelines, exits, ownerships, and remedies, because wisdom loves light. And if the room chills when you bring the light, let the chill tell you the truth you needed most. You will not lose everything by waiting. You will lose yourself by rushing. And I did not bring you this far to lose you. Keep the pen down until peace returns. When you stand in peace, you will see clearly. What is for you will still be standing, patient and sturdy, after the whisper goes silent. My child, hear me now and hear me with both ears open. Do not sign your name away. 3 things must be clear first: clarity of terms, clarity of alignment, clarity of exit. If even one of these is murky, the pen stays down. Never sign what you cannot explain in peace. Clarity of terms. What exactly is promised to you? What exactly is required of you? What happens if something goes wrong? I want it written, not whispered, not "we'll take care of you," not "trust me." If it is real, it can live on the page. Ask, who does what, by when, and with what standard? Ask, how many rounds? Who approves? What metrics define success? What numbers are fixed and what numbers float? What fees trigger and when? Who owns the work, the data, the likeness, the ideas, during and after? Ask, what happens if they are late? What happens if you are delayed by circumstances beyond control? What remedy exists and how is it enforced? Put it in writing. If a promise disappears when you ask to see it in ink, it was a performance, not a promise. Ask again, read again, sleep on it, put it in front of the light. Clarity of alignment. Does this agreement honor who you are, your values, your time, your family, your health, your calling? Or does it ask you to live split in 2? Pay attention. Does the schedule respect your rest? Does the culture reward secrecy, demand compromise, or normalize chronic stress as the price of belonging? Will you need to hide this from the people who love you? Will you have to mute your convictions to keep the peace? Does your body breathe fuller or shallower when you picture the next 6 months under these terms? I did not call you to be perpetually adrenaline-fueled. I did not design your life to be held together by apologizing for your needs. Alignment looks like room for Sabbath, room for your children's faces, room for your body to sleep, room for your voice to tell the truth without penalty. If your yes requires you to become smaller to survive it, it is not my yes for you. Clarity of exit. Before you enter, know how to leave. What are the penalties? What are the lock-ins? Where are the renewal terms hiding and how do they trigger? What is the cancellation process step by step in plain language? How much notice? To whom? In what form? What do you keep and what do you lose if wisdom tells you to pivot? Who owns the work after termination? Are you bound by non-competes that shrink your future or non-disparagements that gag your integrity? Can you walk away without being punished for honoring your peace? If a door will not show you its handle, it intends to be a trap. Make the exit visible while your head is clear, not when your heart is exhausted. Stay with me, ask again, read again, sleep on it, put it in front of the light, send your questions in writing. Insist the answers return in writing. If they resist your questions, that resistance is information. If they rush your pause, that rush is a verdict. You are not difficult for requiring daylight. You are wise. My child, never sign what you cannot explain in peace. When peace returns, your yes will be strong, or your no will be free, and either way, you will remain whole. My child, stay with me. You have called this season almost nearly. So close I could taste it. You have wondered if I was teasing you with doors that crack and then close. Hear me clearly. I am not toying with you. I am training you. You call it delay. I call it development. I did not slow you down to starve your future. I slowed you to strengthen your discernment so your next yes would not cost your soul. The pause is where your discernment becomes strength. I am not wasting your time. I am weaponizing your wisdom. I am lengthening your patience so it does not snap under flattery. I am thickening your boundaries so they do not melt when someone smiles and says, "Please." I am restoring your self-respect so you no longer trade dignity for access. I am growing your courage to ask the hard questions without apology. I am training your willingness to walk away from a table that will not feed your peace. I am quieting the noise so you can hear me when rooms get loud and clocks get cruel. This is development, me building a spine of peace in you that does not bow to pressure. Look back with me. I saw the times you signed emotionally, contracts inked on adrenaline, commitments made to escape loneliness, relationships agreed to because silence felt heavier than red flags. I saw the cost arrive later, the hidden fees paid in sleep, the apologies you had to make for saying yes to what did not respect you, the versions of yourself you had to dim to keep the peace. I am interrupting that cycle now, not to shame you, to spare you. When you feel the familiar pull to rush, that is where the training kicks in. Breathe, read, ask, wait. Each pause repatterns you. Each question retires an old reflex. Each no that honors your peace builds the muscle that will carry your calling without collapsing. Hear the identity shift I am speaking over you. You are not the same person who used to say yes to feel safe. You are becoming the person who says yes because it is aligned. You are not a beggar at opportunity's door. You are a steward of what I placed in your hands. You are not grateful to be chosen at any cost. You are chosen, therefore grateful, and your gratitude includes guarding what I've given. You are leaving the story where urgency defines you and stepping into the story where clarity leads you. That is development. And here is what happens in the pause. Your authority returns. Rushed people can be managed, manipulated, herded by timers and tones. Anchored people cannot. Anchored people ask for light, set terms, name timelines, and refuse to trade peace for speed. Anchored people are not cruel, but they are clear. Anchored people are not defensive, but they are defined. In this slowness, I am fastening you to who you are so that when the next door opens, you walk through standing upright, not bending to fit a shape that does not belong to you. So call it by my name now. Development, not delay. When you practice this pause, your discernment hardens into strength. Your strength matures into authority, and your authority guides your yes and guards your no. Stay with me here. I am not withholding your future. I am ensuring you can hold it. My child, listen. I am restoring your voice, not the performance voice you put on for rooms that require you to be smaller, but the steady voice that carries peace like a bell. I am loosening the jaw that clenched to keep others comfortable. I am opening the throat that swallowed questions to avoid being called difficult. I am settling the breath that rose high when pressure walked into the room. Hear me clearly. Your questions are not rebellion, they are wisdom. Your pauses are not punishments, they are protection. Your voice is not a weapon against people, it is a shield for your peace. Take this language and hold it in your mouth like keys. I appreciate the opportunity. I will review and respond by specific day, time. Please send this in writing so I can evaluate clearly. This clause is not acceptable as written. Here is the revision I require. I am seeking counsel before proceeding. No, thank you. That timeline does not work for me. If the deadline cannot accommodate a 48 to 72-hour review, I will decline. I am not comfortable proceeding without clarity on ownership, remedies, and exit. Let's put that in the agreement itself. Speak plainly. Do not pad your boundary with apologies. Do not write essays to justify wisdom. Clear is kind. Written is safe. Slow is sane. Break the shame off your tongue now. Being difficult is often simply being awake in a room that benefits from your sleep. Discernment will offend manipulators because light stings eyes accustomed to the dark. Watch how coercion reveals itself. The moment you ask one honest question, pressure intensifies, guilt increases, affection withdraws, or threats appear. I thought you were a team player. This makes me look bad. Others are waiting. We might have to reconsider. Let the exposure stand. Do not scramble to re-earn warmth that was offered on the condition of your silence. That was not warmth, it was leverage. Remember who you are. You are not here to be managed by someone else's urgency. You are mine. Your yes is sacred. Your no is holy when it guards the peace I gave you. Say this without flinch. My availability is stated. I won't be discussing this by phone. Please email. I will not accept last-minute changes after approval. This requires a different rate, scope, timeline to be viable. If they label that boundary as arrogance, hear heaven rename it as stewardship. I did not place you on this path to be bartered by timers and tones. Prepare for pushback without bracing in fear. Keep your posture calm. Lower your shoulders. Breathe. Repeat the boundary once, maybe twice. Do not argue into confusion. Clarity does not need volume. Say, as I mentioned, I'll review and respond by time. Say, this is my decision. Say, we can revisit after written revisions are sent. If they talk over you, end the call kindly. This conversation is no longer productive. I'll follow up in writing. If they punish your pause, let their punishment prove your discernment. You do not owe a third paragraph when the first sentence was clear. I am quieting the tremor in your chest even now, jaw releasing, shoulders dropping, breath deepening, nerves settling, voice steadying. Stand in this. Your questions are not rebellion, they are wisdom. Say it out loud. Now, my voice is restored. My peace is protected. My no is holy. My yes is aligned. I am with you in the room, in the email, in the pause. Speak without apology. Walk without fear. Your peace will not be negotiated. My child, stay with me now. You have set your boundary. You have kept the pen down. Here is what will happen next. In the next 24 to 72 hours, I will give you signs that your obedience was not a stall, but a safeguard. Pay attention. This moment is not random. You did not arrive here by accident. I had already marked this exact window to confirm you. First, your body will tell the truth. Notice if sleep comes easier tonight, if your chest loosens when you turn off the light, if your jaw unclenches before morning. Notice if the headache eases, if your breathing drops deeper, if the knot beneath your ribs loosens when you repeat, I can wait. Peace will begin to return in your cells, not just your thoughts. You will wake and realize your mind is clearer. The frantic analysis will fade into steady questions. Energy you thought you had lost will start to trickle back. That is not coincidence. That is confirmation. Second, light will catch on something they hoped you wouldn't see. A missing detail will surface. A number will not add up. A version history will reveal an old promise they did not intend to keep. Someone will mention a standard clause that contradicts what you were told. A trusted voice, one I have already positioned, will advise caution without knowing your private prayer. Or, unexpectedly, a better term will be offered from a different direction, one that honors your time, your voice, and your exit. This is how I validate wisdom. I let the counterfeit blink while the authentic stands still. Hear me clearly. Learn the door that does not push. The right door does not rush you. The right door does not hide from counsel. The right door does not punish patience. The right door withstands inspection, welcomes questions, survives daylight, and remains open after you sleep. What is truly for you will not collapse under a pause. If it crumbles because you took 48 hours to breathe, it was never yours. Here is your watch assignment. Track your peace like a scientist of your own soul. Note when your body relaxes and when it tightens. Listen for repeated phrases that float to you from strangers and friends. Take your time. Read it again. It can wait. We'll be here. Pay attention to sudden delays you did not orchestrate. Rescheduled calls, technical issues, documents that need revision. These are not always obstacles. Sometimes they are coverings. Observe how the other party reacts to your pause. Do they grow generous with clarity or stingy with access? Do they move toward the light or away from it? Their reaction is a report card on their intentions. You are not losing time by waiting. You are gaining sight. You are trading a sprint into confusion for a walk in clear air. You are moving from being managed by fear to being guided by peace. My child, I am not late. I am precise. Watch what unfolds in the next 24 to 72 hours. I will confirm you. I will steady you. I will open a door that neither threatens nor hurries you, a door that says, we can walk this in the light. When you see it, you will know. Your pause did not cost you your future. It protected it. My child, now we speak. Put your shoulders down, unclench your jaw. Breathe in slowly and let the breath fall heavy into your belly. I am here and I am asking for your voice. Not a whisper of fear, but a clear agreement with peace. Say this out loud with me and do not rush the words. I will not be rushed. I will not be pressured. I will not sign confusion. I receive clarity. Say it again, slower this time, and listen for your own authority returning as you speak. I will not be rushed. I will not be pressured. I will not sign confusion. I receive clarity. My child, something changes when your mouth agrees with truth. Desperation loses its grip when you refuse to feed it with silence. Scarcity shrinks when you refuse to repeat its script. Let us cut the cords now. Say this. I break agreement with fear. I break agreement with scarcity. I break agreement with shame. I choose peace. I choose light. I choose time enough to see. Hear me and echo me. I am not behind. I am not late. I am not the exception. I am being protected. Again, I am not behind. I am not late. I am not the exception. I am being protected. You have lived under clocks that were not mine. You have measured your worth by timers and tones. Today we sever that covenant. You are moving from choosing out of lack to choosing out of fullness, from deciding out of a wound to deciding out of wisdom. Speak this now. I decide from fullness. I choose from wisdom. I honor my peace. I guard my name. Release the outcome into my hands. You are not responsible for making doors open by betraying yourself. Say this. I release the need to control results. I release the fear of missing out. I receive courage to wait. I receive courage to ask. I receive courage to walk away if needed. I trust that what is mine will remain available in the light. My child, your surrender is not passivity, it is positioning. It places you where favor can find you without bargaining away your soul. Let us settle your body as proof. Speak this with me. Peace, return to my breath. Peace, settle in my chest. Peace, lengthen my sleep. Peace, quiet my racing thoughts. I agree with clarity now. My word never returns void. Even as you speak, systems are responding, breath deepening, heart rate easing, thoughts lining up, the static thinning so direction can be heard. Do not strain to feel it. Just notice as calm replaces panic, as questions form without fear, as your appetite for pressure fades. That is evidence. Name your boundary in the open air. Say, my yes is sacred, my no is holy. My questions are wisdom, not rebellion. I will not apologize for requiring light. I ask for what I need without fear. I read slowly. I answer from rest. I am stewarding what was entrusted to me. My child, this is who you are now, not begging, not bargaining, belonging, anchored, clear. One more time, seal it. I will not be rushed. I will not be pressured. I will not sign confusion. I receive clarity. I am not behind. I am not late. I am not the exception. I am being protected. I release the outcome and stand in peace. And as you speak, so it is. Desperation is severed. Clarity is activated. Your path is lit, and your pace is yours again. My child, come close. The one who already signed. The one who walked out of the room with a smile on your face and a storm in your chest. I saw your hand tremble over the line. I saw you wake in the night replaying each sentence, bargaining with regret, wishing you could climb back into the moment and choose differently. Hear me. I am not here to condemn you. I am here to restore you. Shame will try to staple your identity to a decision. I untie that knot now. You did what you knew to do with what you had in that hour. Now you are waking up, and waking up is not failure, it is mercy. Listen carefully. Even if you signed, you are not stuck. Restoration is still available. Not tomorrow in theory, but beginning now. I am opening pathways where you assumed there were none. Renegotiation, amendment, accommodation, counsel, boundary, exit, rebuild. I am going to show you doors inside the door you already walked through. First, light it up. Bring the agreement into the daylight of counsel. Send it to the wise voices I have already placed around you. Put your questions in writing. Ask for clarity on the clauses that blur when fear speaks. You will not be punished in heaven for asking for light on earth. Say, I need to review specific terms and propose amendments. Say, this timeline requires adjustment to be sustainable. Say, ownership and remedies must be clarified. Calm, clear, written. You are not being difficult, you are being delivered. Second, request the revision. I am softening hearts where you expect stone. I am placing leniency in unlikely places. Watch for a surprising willingness to edit, for an addendum to appear, for a grace period to be offered, for fees to be waived, for a clause to be reworded, for a scope to be right-sized. If pushback comes, do not panic. Repeat your boundary once, then retreat to writing. Your breath is a boundary. Your pace is a strategy. Third, if wisdom says exit, I will show you the handle. Hidden timelines will surface. An overlooked provision will become plain. A mutual release will present itself. A new door will open that honors what you bring without costing your peace. Exiting is not defeat when peace is the prize. It is stewardship. And if an exit is not immediate, I will fortify you inside it. Capacity to endure with dignity. Allies to share the load. Windows of rest that return your sleep. Language to mark limits so you are not devoured by unspoken expectation. Now hear my decree over what you fear you lost. Time, I am restoring it. Stretched timelines, redeemed hours, work that flows instead of fights you. Peace, I am returning it. Jaw unclenching, shoulders dropping, breath deepening, sleep lengthening. Provision, I am replenishing it. Refunds, reductions, unexpected credits, fresh opportunities that honor you, not extract you. Clarity, I am sharpening it. Where the page was fog, it will become plain. Where motives hid, they will be seen. Reputation, I am covering it. No more scrambling to explain. Favor will speak for you in rooms you do not enter. What looked like theft becomes testimony. What drained you becomes instruction. What you regret becomes wisdom in your bones. You will not live as a hostage to a hurried hour. You are not foolish. You were learning, and now you are led. Whether you paused in time or you are pausing inside the already, the same truth holds. I am guiding you into a wiser future. My child, lift your head. Say it with me now. I release shame. I receive restoration. I will ask for light. I will keep my peace. I will honor my name. My word never returns void. Watch how the next steps unfold, not with panic, but with precision. I am with you in the revision, in the counsel, in the boundary, in the exit, and in the rebuild. You are not stuck. You are being redeemed. My child, before we close, anchor this in your bones. Return to these words when pressure returns. Come back when the timer blares, when the room heats, when your chest tightens and the pen feels heavy in your fingers. Remember the path we walked together. Interruption, exposure, discernment, boundary, confirmation, spoken alignment, restoration. I interrupted you so the rush would not own you. I exposed the whisper so you could name it a lie. I trained your discernment so peace would lead you. I put language in your mouth so your boundary could stand without apology. I confirmed you with signs that did not require strain. I taught you to speak agreement with truth until desperation let go. I began restoring what fear tried to extract. This was not random. This was a covering placed over you. When urgency flares, do this first. Stop. Put the pen down. Place your feet flat. Unclench your jaw. Drop your shoulders. Breathe in for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 6. Whisper, I can wait. Then return to the light we set. Reapply the 3 clarities, terms, alignment, exit. Ask, what exactly is written? Ask, does this honor who I am and who I love? Ask, if wisdom requires an exit, where is the handle? Send your questions in writing. Require answers in writing. Sleep on it. Seek counsel. Watch the next 24 to 72 hours for the door that stays open without pressure. Track your body as a truth teller. Jaw loosening, breath deepening, mind clearing. Pay attention to how they react to your pause. Generous with light or stingy with it. Let their reaction instruct you more than their promises. Hear me now. You are mine. You are not negotiating alone in rooms that forget your worth. I am with you at the table, in the call, in the inbox. I will guide you, step by step. You will not be embarrassed by obedience. If someone attempts to shame you for choosing clarity, I will cover you. If they threaten scarcity because you asked for time, I will provide. If affection turns cold when you refuse confusion, I will warm you with favor in places you have not yet seen. I go before you. I stand behind you. I steady you within. Here is the charge that guards your future. Do not sign until peace and clarity stand together, not either / or both. If it is right, it will still be right tomorrow. If it is a trap, the pause will reveal it. Obedience to the stop today protects your tomorrow. My word never returns void. I am not delaying your life. I am defending your life. You will wake and discover you did not miss what was yours. You missed only what would have drained you. If this word steadied you, speak it where you are. I will not be rushed. And if you need a witness to your resolve, leave those words in the open so you can find them again when another decision rises. Return here when pressure knocks. Read slowly, breathe deeply, ask again. Align your voice with peace. I am with you in every next step. You are not late. You are not the exception. You are mine, and your tomorrow is protected.